Do you find that when you're talking to people, they and you often talk about the things that you have? How you have this nice car you've just bought, or you're going to have an extension on the house, or you've bought some new clothes and you have this and you have that and you have the other. Do you know what I mean? And I find that we all seem to talk about that. And yet at one time we didn't. And that's what I want to talk about in this video. If you're watching for the first time, good to have you along. My name's James. I've been doing this YouTube channel for coming up to 2 years now. And it's a channel that I talk about lots of different things that I've picked up on this journey we call life, if you like. And I'd like to share bits of advice that I've been given along the way and provide you with a bit of encouragement as you go on in your journey. And so what I want to do is talk about when I was younger and the things that I wanted. And I want to know if you can relate to this. When I was young, I wasn't worried about having things. It was what I wanted to be. When I was a kid, I'd run around playing with my mates and I wanted to be a cowboy and not an Indian. I wanted to be a policeman and not a robber. I wanted to be the winner of the game and not the loser. And that's how I was as a boy. As I got into teenage years, I used to listen to the radio a lot. And one of the things that I really wanted to be when I got older was a radio presenter. I loved the thought of playing music for a living and all that sort of thing. And then as I got older again, I wanted to be more like my dad, who ran his own business. And so I always seemed to want to be something. I wanted to be better at school than I was. I wasn't the smartest kid on the block. And I kind of always finished somewhere in the middle, but I'd always wanted to be one of the top ones. I wanted to be in the sports teams at school and all those kinds of things. And it wasn't until we get to our teenage years, I suppose, that those things change. Because as you get to your teen years, you look around at your peers and what they're doing and what they're getting. And you kind of want to be getting the same kind of things so that you're with them. You want to be in your peer group and you want it to be looked at as the same as your peer group. And we want to have a car. I wanted to have a nice car, but I couldn't afford a nice car. I just wanted to have a car at the end of the day. And I wanted to have a job to bring some money in. And then I wanted to have a girlfriend to be like everybody else, because I didn't. And so then I changed from what I wanted to be to what I wanted to have. And life gets us that way because we find that we want to have a nice house. We want that nice car. We want to have nice clothes. We want to take nice holidays. It all becomes about the things that we have in life. And I think it's very much because there seems to be in life, I think we are keeping up with the Joneses and doing as well as they are. And because everybody seems to be moving forward in their life, you want to too. And to be honest, for me, that carried on for years. I wanted to have the better things in life. And because of that, I ended up having my own business and wanting to do better in that and so on, and moving on and having the nicer things. It was all about the things that we want in our life. And I think that's the same for most people. And it wasn't until I was in my 50s and when my health took a turn for the worse that I started to think differently. First of all, I started thinking to myself, how much longer have I got? How many more times am I going to see my boys? Am I going to be here for my next birthday? Will I get past Christmas? All those kinds of things went through my head. And it was a time like that that I realised that all the things that were really important to me weren't what I have. And it got me to thinking further. And I kind of think it must be because I have this run-in with my health. I worried about my mortality and what I could leave in life to my family and to my boys. And it was at that time then that I really thought to myself, what do I want my legacy to be? I've always kind of wanted people to think of me as a kind person, a good person, a loyal person, an honest person. I wanted to be somebody that someone could look up to. Not everybody, but I wanted my children to look up to me. I wanted to be the kind of person who could be a role model, who could guide them, who could be someone that my two sons could look up to and want to be like their dad. Now, that's not to be big-headed or anything, because when I look back, the things that my parents taught me, my dad taught me the value of working hard, the value of trying to take yourself forward, to be a leader, if you like. I kind of grew up in that mould where I wanted to be a business owner in the end. I had my own business at 19. I lost it at 30 and then had to start all over again, and I had another business after that. And so I wanted to be, I don't know, someone of upright character. What about you? What was it you wanted to be? When you started off as a child, what were the things that you wanted to be in life? When did it change for you from wanting to be to wanting to have? Because I think that's the same for everybody. And as we move forward in life, I've always felt that we get it wrong. And what I realised I wanted as I got older was to be somebody that people could trust. If I offered to help, they knew I would actually follow through with the offer. And I think in life, to be is more important than to have. If you want to live a life, I suppose, that has any value, the mark of your life is your character. It's the thing that people can depend upon when they talk about you. And I'd like to think that as I've aged, gone through all of the naff experiences that we all have, and come unstuck more than once in life, the lessons that I've learned from that have helped me to become the person that I've become. And I would like to think that you feel the same. I would like to think that in your journey through life, the things that you wanted to have aren't in essence as important to you as being the person that you are. I've never been in competition with anybody. The only competition I've ever been in, I've never wanted to have more than somebody else. I've never wanted to do better than somebody else. The only thing I've ever wanted to do was to be a better me than I was before. I think for many of us, we'd all like to be the best person that we can be. I had a bit of time where people talked badly about me. After the breakup of my marriage, people thought badly about me. And the thing that got me through that at the time was that I knew that I wasn't a bad person deep down. I didn't want to cause the hurt and the pain that I caused, but I did. But I knew that had I not called it a day, things would have been much worse. And so who we are as people, the things that we believe deep inside ourselves, the person that we want to be. Those are the important things. The possessions that we have around us are fine. They're nice as long as you love what you have. The minute that you start to buy things in order for you to feel good up the side of everybody else, I think are the moments when you let yourself down. Because I'm not proud of what I have. I am proud of who I am. And I hope that's the same for you too. Give me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you think that I'm talking rubbish, that's fine. Because the opinions that I give out on this channel are my own. I don't think I know it all. I'm just a normal guy. And I'd like to think that the ethics and the morals that I have are of good value. The cars and the houses and everything that you have around you, my mum and dad used to say that's the top flash. That's what the outside world sees. The important part of what the world has is the value that you have as a person. That's it from me today. We'll find something else to talk about on the next one. Till then, have a look over there. There's another video there for you to follow on from. I'm letting YouTube pick it, and they will tell me the video that you're going to look at there is the one that you need to see right now. So I'll see you there.